Deep beneath the surface of our collective memory, buried under layers of myth and intentional distortion, lies a map. It is not a map of a physical continent, nor a chart of the stars as you see them in the night sky. It is a schematic of the engine room of reality itself. For thousands of years, the ancient mystery schools whispered a single name, Amenti. To the uninitiated, it was the underworld, a place of judgment and death. But that was the cover story. That was the fable told to keep the unawakened satisfied with simple answers. Now imagine that the emerald tablets of Thoth, which so many have read, contained a hidden layer, a lost instruction set that was never meant for the general public. This instruction does not lead to a tomb, it leads to a control room. Thoth described the Halls of Amenti not as a place of punishment, but as the place where the lords of the cycles sit, the beings who maintain the very frequency of the simulation we call life. What if I told you that Amenti is real, but it is not under the Giza Plateau? What if I told you that the entrance to these halls is coded into the liquid crystal structure of your own cellular water? We are about to walk the forbidden path. We are about to decode the specific instructions left by the Atlantean master on how to cheat death, not metaphorically, but literally. We will look at this through the lens of Itzhak Bentov's holographic physics, uncovering how the Halls of Amenti are actually a description of the standing wave patterns that hold your consciousness in the third dimension. This is the manual for exiting the loop. Before we unlock the first seal and descend into the halls, if you are one of the rare 2% who actually seek the mechanics behind the curtain, and you are tired of the comfortable lies, please click subscribe and turn on the notification bell. The algorithm suppresses this level of decoding. You must choose to find it. Let us begin. To understand the map, we must first understand why it was hidden. In the standard translations of the Emerald Tablets, Thoth speaks poetically of his journeys. He speaks of descending into the darkness to gain power. Historians and archaeologists dismiss this as funerary mythology, the hallucinations of a primitive culture obsessed with death. They are wrong. The texts regarding Amenti were not religious prayers, they were technical logs. Consider this. In the ancient Egyptian cosmogony, Amenti was often depicted as the West, the land of the setting sun, the place of the hidden. But in the Hermetic tradition, West is not a compass direction. It is a code for the point where the visible spectrum vanishes into the invisible, the event horizon of your perception. Thoth explicitly states that he built the Great Pyramid as a gateway to these halls. But why? Why build a mountain of stone just to mark a grave? He didn't. The texts reveal that the Halls of Amenti are the womb of the earth. But do not think of earth as merely soil and rock. In the language of the initiates, earth refers to the dense frequency domain, the physical matrix in which we are currently trapped. Thoth describes Amenti as a place apart from the time-space of man, a place where the lords live who are not of earth, yet of earth. This is a crucial distinction. Now imagine a server room for a massive multiplayer game. The server room exists outside the game world, yet it sustains the game world. The characters inside the game cannot walk into the server room unless they know the code to clip through the walls. Amenti is that server room. It is the space between lives, the space between ticks of the cosmic clock. The lost tablet or the missing operational keys were removed from public view because they contain the specific frequency modulations required to enter this state while still alive. The ancients warned of the silence found in Amenti. This was not the silence of an empty room, but the still point of absolute potential. It is the zero-point field where the noise of entropy stops. Thoth warned that without the word or the correct vibrational password, entering Amenti would result in total dissolution. You would be wiped like a corrupt file. This is why the knowledge was guarded. It is not just information, it is high-voltage metaphysical electricity. Let us now walk into the halls. Thoth describes encountering 7 lords in Amenti, numbered 3 through 9. This is specific. It is mathematical. Why no 1 or 2? Because 1 is the source, the absolute, which is beyond manifestation. 2 is the initial duality, the split that creates the potential for the game, but is not the game itself. The game, the matrix, begins at 3. The lords of Amenti are not old men sitting on thrones. That is a childish anthropomorphism. In the holographic model, these lords represent the 7 fundamental governing frequencies of our universe. They are the constants of physics. They are the intelligent forces that hold the atoms of your body together. Thoth lists them by their functions, and when we overlay this with modern biophysics, the picture becomes terrifyingly clear. The Lord of 3 holds the key to the foundation, matter itself. The Lord of 4 governs power and direction, the forces of electromagnetism. As we ascend the numbers, we move up the dimensional ladder. These entities are the architects of the density levels. They are the watchers mentioned in so many prophecies. They sit in the halls of Amenti not to judge you morally, but to check your vibrational signature. Think of them as the immune system of the matrix. If a consciousness tries to ascend or leave the simulation without reaching the necessary frequency resonance, these lords block the exit, not out of malice, but out of physics. You cannot pass a high-voltage current through a low-resistance wire without burning it out. The lords ensure that only those who have transmuted their lead into gold, their heavy karma into light, can pass. But here is the secret. Thoth encoded that you are not subservient to these lords. You are of the same substance as them. The lost instruction reveals that these 7 lords also correspond directly to the 7 energy centers or chakras within your own biology. The halls of Amenti are projected outward as a myth, but they exist inward as a biological reality. The Lord of 9 is not a god in the sky. He is the dormant potential sitting in your pineal gland, waiting for the biocrystalline activation. But before you can shake hands with the lords of the cycles,
you must pass the final security check. Thoth calls this entity the Dweller on the Threshold. In the texts, the Dweller is described as a formless horror, a guardian that blocks the path to the halls. It waits in the silence. It feeds on fear. Many seekers have reached this point in deep meditation or during near-death experiences, only to be turned back in terror. Now, imagine that this Dweller is not a separate demon hunting you. It is you. Specifically, it is the accumulated junk data of your ego. It is every fear, every trauma, every lie you have ever told yourself, compressed into a singular energetic entity. The Dweller is the sum total of your karmic debt that has not yet been resolved. It stands at the gateway to Amenti because the physics of that dimension cannot tolerate dissonance. Consider this. If you were to bring your unresolved anger or fear into a realm of instant manifestation like Amenti, you would instantly manifest a nightmare that would consume you. The Dweller serves a protective function. It is the fail-safe mechanism of the simulation. It reflects your own shadow back at you with such intensity that if you still identify with your body and your ego, you will flee back into the safety of the physical world, back into the reincarnation loop. Thoth gives a very specific instruction for overcoming the Dweller. He does not say to fight it. He does not say to run from it. He says to know it, to recognize that it has no power other than the power you give it. This is the ultimate test of the initiate. You must look into the face of your deepest cosmic anxiety and realize it is a hologram. Only when you can stand before the Dweller without a fluctuation in your heart rate does the gate open.
Now let us strip away the ancient mythology and look at this through the microscope of Itzhak Bentov. How does a hall of immortality exist in a universe governed by entropy? Bentov taught us about the wild pendulum of consciousness. He explained that our reality blinks on and off, oscillating between matter and pure energy billions of times a second. We usually focus on the on state, the physical world. But Bentov was obsessed with the off state, the moment when the pendulum pauses at the very top of its swing before changing direction. He called this the still point. At this precise microsecond, velocity is zero, but potential is infinite. This still point is not empty space. It is a connection to the absolute source. The Halls of Amenti described by Thoth are, in the language of physics, the experience of expanding your consciousness into this still point and staying there. Picture this. When you enter the still point, you exit time. You are no longer bound by the linear decay of cells. Thoth's claim of regenerating his body in the halls is simply the act of accessing the blueprint of the body before entropy takes hold. But here is the missing link that connects Bentov's physics to your biology: the cold flower. Recent discoveries in the physics of water reveal that the water inside your cells, the water that holds your DNA, is not a chaotic liquid. It is a structured liquid crystal phase, often arranging itself into hexagonal geometries identical to the flower of life. Bentov hinted that this crystalline water acts as a superconductor. It is the antenna, When Thoth speaks of the flower of fire inside Amenti, he is describing the high-energy plasma state. But in your body, this manifests as the cold flower, the structured, gel-like water that can store and transmit quantum information. This is the biological secret. Your pineal gland and the liquid crystal water in your cells are designed to resonate with the frequency of Amenti. When you meditate, when you slow your brain waves down to the theta and delta states, you are literally calming the water in your body, allowing it to form this perfect cold flower geometry. This structure then acts as a stargate, allowing your consciousness to tunnel through the still point and access the library of the universe. So the map to Amenti is not a trek to Egypt. It is a process of internal tuning. You are trying to still the chaotic waters of your own mind so that the biological stargate can align. If the water is turbulent, filled with the stress hormones of the dweller, the geometry breaks, the signal is lost, and you remain trapped in the 3D matrix. And this brings us to the most practical question of all. How do we do it? How do we use this knowledge to navigate the transition when our physical time is up? Or better yet, can we visit these halls while still alive to rewrite our own destiny?
So, how do we use this forbidden map? Thoth left precise instructions in the tablets, but they are often misread as rituals rather than mechanics. He speaks of lying down with your head to the north to align with the Earth's magnetic polarity. He speaks of a specific rhythm of breath. This is not superstition. This is about reducing the noise in your biological circuit so the subtle signal of the still point can be heard. To access the halls of Amenti while alive, to lucid dream your way into the server room, you must master the state of no breath. Bentov called this the point of maximum coherence. When the heart and brain resonate in perfect unison, the standing waves of your consciousness collapse into a singular point. You are no longer broadcasting a chaotic signal of "I am John" or "I am Mary." You are broadcasting a pure carrier wave. Here is the practice derived from the lost key. It requires you to confront the silence. Find a place of absolute darkness. Lay the body down. Command the body to sleep, but command the mind to remain awake. This is the hardest part. As the body falls asleep, you will encounter the dweller, the sudden itch, the fear, the urge to move. Ignore it. You are watching the vehicle shut down. Once the body is heavy, visualize the cold flower in your pineal center. Thoth instructs to vibrate a specific frequency, a soundless sound. He calls it the word. In modern terms, we call this a resonant frequency. You must vibrate your awareness from the base of the spine, moving the energy up past the lower lords, the survival instincts, past the heart, and into the head. You are reversing the flow of gravity within your own spine. When you hit the right frequency, you will feel a shift. It often feels like a sudden expansion, a feeling of falling upwards, or a distinct pop. This is the moment you clip through the walls of the matrix. You are now in the halls. You are in the space where time does not exist. It is here, in this state of deep theta-delta suspension, that you can rewrite your contracts. You can look at the lords, the laws governing your life, and because you are now vibrating at their level, you can negotiate. You can heal the body blueprint. You can dissolve the karmic knots. You are no longer a victim of the simulation. You are editing the code. The Halls of Amenti are not a destination for the dead. They are a reservoir of power for the living. The lost tablet was never lost. It was simply encoded in a language that only an awakened mind could read. The map is not drawn on papyrus. It is drawn on the spiral staircase of your DNA. We are living in a time where the magnetic field of the Earth is weakening and the veils between dimensions are thinning. The Watchers are no longer hiding. The science of Bentov and the magic of Thoth are converging into a single truth. The universe is a hologram, and you hold the laser that illuminates it. You have the right to pass the Dweller. You have the right to stand before the Lords of the Cycles, not as a slave, but as a brother. The only thing keeping you from the Halls of Amenti is the belief that you are mortal. Shed that belief. Drop the fear. The door is not locked. It never was. You just have to stop knocking and realize you are already inside. If this decoding has sparked a memory in your blood, if you felt the cold flowers stir within you, then you are ready for what comes next. This channel is dedicated to finding the lost keys. We are building the archive. Do not let the algorithm bury this. Like this video to signal the system that you are awake. Share it with those who are ready to walk the path. And subscribe, because the next seal we break will be the one they told you to fear the most. I am the archivist. The halls are open. Enter.